had a great story recently, I love telling it, of a little girl who was in a drawing lesson. She was 6 and she was at the back drawing, and the teacher said this little girl hardly ever paid attention. And in this drawing lesson she did. And the teacher was fascinated. She went over to her and she said, "What are you drawing?" And the girl said, "I'm drawing a picture of God." And the teacher said, "But nobody knows what God looks like." And the girl said, "They will in a minute." We've all agreed on the really extraordinary capacities that children have, their capacities for innovation. And my contention is all kids have tremendous talents and we squander them pretty ruthlessly. So I want to talk about education. It's education that's meant to take us into this future that we can't grasp. And I want to talk about creativity. My contention is that creativity now is as important in education as literacy, and we should treat it with the same status. So you were probably steered benignly away from things at school when you were a kid, things you liked, on the ground you would never get a job doing that. Is that right? Don't do music, you're not going to be a musician. Don't do art, you won't be an artist. Benign advice, now profoundly mistaken.
One of the people I interviewed is a great guy called Bart Connor. When Bart was 8, he discovered that he could walk up and down stairs on his hands as easily as he could walk on his feet. And he said it wasn't really much use to anybody, but he was in constant demand socially. But then he said when he was 10, his mother, who'd been thinking about this, spoke to the school. And with their support, they took him to the local gymnastics centre in Morton Grove, Illinois. And Bart said to me, he said, "I will never forget the feeling I had when I walked through the door of that gymnasium." I said, "What was it?" He said, "It was magical." He said, "It was intoxicating." Now, it's an interesting word, isn't it? I mean, I need to get intoxicated if I spend more than 5 minutes in the gymnasium, but anyway, he loved it, you see. He was good at it, and he loved it. And he went every day, or as often as he could. And 8 years later, he walked onto the mat at the Montreal Olympics, representing the United States in the male gymnastics team. He went on to be the most decorated male gymnast in American history. He lives now in Norman, Oklahoma. He's married to Nadia Comaneci, first perfect 10 in women's gymnastics. They have a wonderful little boy called Dylan. None of that would have happened if Bart's mother hadn't encouraged him. You could rewind the entire movie and none of it would have happened if Bart's mother had instead said to Bart, "Will you stop it with the hands thing?" No, we are over it with the hands thing. You're 10, stand up straight, like everybody else. But she didn't. She encouraged him. Now, the thing is, you see, we do that all the time. We say to children, metaphorically, "Stop it with the hands thing." Whatever it happens to be, in their case, it could be doodling, it could be playing an instrument, it could be playing with Lego, it could be working with animals, wanting to be outdoors, whatever it is that drives their energy and gets their spirit lifted. If it doesn't fit the curriculum, we're apt to say it doesn't matter. And institutionally, we do it as soon as we narrow the curriculum, we standardize everything. We are saying institutionally, stop it with the hands thing unless this is your hands thing, the thing that we approve of. We crush diversity implicitly in the choices we make to narrow the school curriculum. And in doing so, we waste huge unknown amounts of human talent and possibility. But that will have to stop.
We have to rethink the fundamental principles on which we're educating our children. We have to be careful now that we use the gift of the human imagination wisely, and the only way we'll do it is by seeing our creative capacities for the richness they are, and seeing our children for the hope that they are. And our task is to educate their whole being so they can face this future. We may not see this future, but they will. And our job is to help them make something of it. Thank you very much.